Hi everyone, welcome to the HKC 217 podcast. This is episode 6, which is sponsored by Dolly's Desserts.
Hi there.
Hi.
Episode 6 sponsored by Dolly's Desserts. Dolly's Desserts are one of Huston's Patreon subscribers.
One of my main ones.
One of the first ones as well. They're based up at Market Kitchen in Barnsley. They do all types of desserts, crepes, ice creams.
Ice creams.
What you need to do, you need to head over to their TikTok account because it's nearly got what has it got?
Like 33.
Oh, nearly got 1 million followers.
Yeah.
They've got like 33 million likes, millions and millions of views. So if you search for @Dolly's Desserts on TikTok, and you can also find them on Instagram and on Facebook as well. Go and check their videos out. It's absolutely amazing. So thanks to Dolly's Desserts, thanks to Nick and Janine. If you head over to dollysdesserts.co.uk, said that we sent you.
Yeah.
So this week's episode,
it's like a season review, isn't it?
yeah. We've had to do a little bit of preparation on getting everything ready, but yeah, it's kind of a season review, trying to look for everything that's happened this year, gloss over each winner, every race, blah blah blah, little thing what happened. So yeah, we're gonna head straight into it here, which the year didn't start off very good. Yeah. Because
coronavirus.
The round 1 was cancelled
due to COVID.
Yeah, so that was going to be at Teesside. Rewinding a little bit, we had a little bit of, obviously, a good season. You got into Lavity Academy, so we had a few changes. Well, a little bit of a change. We went to a few practice days. You had a new gear selector on.
Yeah.
So you went from a rocker gear selector to a normal gear selector. That's just recapping on what basically happened. So as we headed out to round 2 at Red Lodge, which were a new track for 2021.
Yeah.
Good little track.
Yeah, good little track. Half for overtaking, but quite fast and quite technical.
Yeah, so we're going into qualifying. Had a bit of a nightmare because
on qualifying, my transponder had like a little breakdown, so we had to start from the back of the grid, and basically in race 1 started front back at grid, worked my way up through the race, did a pretty good job and came second. Nope, 7th. I mean, what am I on about?
7th. In these bigger texts.
Yeah. No,
7th.
I'm used to saying second because I normally come second.
All right, big shot. I'll cut that bit out, shall I? Yeah, so you started race at back of the grid. Bit of a fault with transponder, which we had a bit of a hassle with that transponder all year, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, and less said about that the better. But yeah, so you had to start at the back of the grid and finish 7th, which were a decent little wind up. I forgot how many people were in that race. And race 2, you finished
9th and started in 10th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So on this race, another thing that happened that just
this was not a good start to the season.
Yes. So that's 2 races that has been kind of ruffled up. So on this race, I had a pinhole in my tyre.
So it were a brand new tyre as well. So yeah, there was a pinhole.
So I had a.
So basically, I normally.
My front.
Well, normally I check the pressures before you go out, which I did. Well, I did check the pressure.
Or did it go down?
I don't know, but it definitely come back in with no pressure in it. So the back tyre was basically like 7 psi, I think, when we come back in. Wow. Maybe 6 psi, basically flat. So it's a wonder it didn't throw you off to the moon. I'm back. So not bad coming 9th.
Yeah.
Obviously that kind of affected your race. We were wondering what we're up with. You said you come in saying something were wrong.
Yeah.
If you remember, we were looking at the swinging arm. We thought we were rubbing on swinging arm.
Yeah, because we seen some
marks,
some black marks on the swinging arm.
Yeah, probably the tyre just flapping around. Anyway, so yeah, that weren't a very good race too. So yeah, you finished that one. Again, you were kind of struggling. This were early stages of the season where you'd only just got used to your new gear selector. I'm not making excuses, but it were a big change.
Yeah.
Changing from the Rocker one. So in race 3, you started in 11th. Kind of things started to settle down in there, and you're having a good chase for 5th with 4 other riders. And on the second to last lap, you come off. I think you lost front.
It were the front, so down
right on that tight bit.
It were down the back straight. Then you got a long left-hand corner,
and then a tighter corner,
and then a tight left-hand corner at the end of that corner. And I took my front on that.
So luckily, I were actually up in that bit, and Travis's dad were up there as well.
Yeah.
So we both come running across. He were all right. Bike weren't damaged. Nothing happening. Asked him if he wanted to jump back on and just try and finish. I knew it was a penultimate lap. He jumped back on. He was disappointed, but you weren't hurt.
Yeah.
And you actually come 11th. You come 11th in that one.
But that's still points.
Well, it was good to get back on, I must admit. I don't know how many points you get for coming 11th, but
it's still points that matter in the championship.
I need to pull that stat up. I don't know that stat. But yeah, you still finished all 3 races. And considering what type of weekend that we had with the puncher coming off in race 2, you could only finish 1 race, and you finished 3 races. So on that weekend, overall you come
9th.
And you got 22 points. And the winner of that race overall was Wallace Doherty.
Travis Shaw, who come 2nd.
And Parker Cesare, who come 3rd.
Yeah.
But it was a good new track. I think we're going there next year as well, so I enjoyed it. Yeah. I've not actually looked. Are we going there, Red Lodge?
I think I've seen it. I don't know in the charts.
I'm not sure. Anyway, so round 3, we headed out up to Cumbria, to Rora.
Yep.
Which were an interesting one. So as we went out to Rora, a month before, we changed the 90 engine to another engine. Nothing seemed wrong with the engine at all, actually. So we used it. You had a few more practice sessions. But I think we went to. We did go to
Fat Cats.
No, Lockwell Hill, where you did a bit of practice and you got your body positions a little bit better.
We went.
Things were clicking into place. You were quite happy with what we'd done there. Felt a lot more confident on the gear selector.
Yeah,
I think so. So you qualified in 8th. You come in, weren't happy, shaking your head as you were going right track, didn't know what were wrong. You come in, I was just like, it's qualifying, you're going to have to go for it. And you couldn't get out into 3rd gear.
Yeah. No, I was stuck in 4th.
You were stuck in 4th, you couldn't gear down into 3rd basically. So we're all confused about that. Everybody were having a look at bike, this, that, other.
Then we looked at the oil.
Well, yeah, the oil. So never really topped up oil in between sessions before. It did have enough oil in when the engine were fitted. I did check it Saturday morning. But what we did find out is that it were burning loads of oil because I topped it up fully. And by the end of we went into race 1.
Yeah.
And you were nervous about going into race 1, thinking that you're not going to be able to select your gear. You weren't confident with bike.
Yeah.
And in race 1, you finished 7th.
Yeah.
But you weren't 100% on bike.
Yeah,
but it didn't do it. It didn't do it through the race.
I went in my zone because I wasn't fully confident because when you're coming into a corner, when you gear down, you got that engine braking. But if it doesn't gear down, you're going to go really wide on the corner because you won't have any engine braking.
Well, yeah, so obviously to do with the clutch as well. No, you didn't have a clutch then, sorry, it was just a normal gear. So yeah, obviously the engine braking were a big thing and you weren't 100% if it were going to go into 3rd.
Because next minute I'm coming into a corner, gearing down, it doesn't gear down, I'm going straight into barriers.
But yeah, but what we did work out after the first qualifying and obviously the first races, we definitely knew the oil were right.
Yeah.
After that first race, it nearly burned 3/4 of the oil again. So we're like, okay, something's wrong with bike. Trying to look, see if it gone into overflow thing. Anyway, couldn't really do anything about it. Didn't have a spare engine. Parker didn't have an engine, so we just had to go with it for Sunday, making sure it was topped up after every session. Which it run all right for the rest of the weekend.
It did.
Although I had to
top up.
Use about 17 litres of oil, about 3 litres of oil. Yeah, so as we went into Sunday, and Sunday went from, it was nice on Saturday afternoon, it was a dry race, that race. Sunday, horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous weather. If you can remember up at Rora, it's a wonder we didn't get blown out of that quarry that it's in. Although you were looking forward to a wet race.
Yeah, I were.
So in the race, where did you start? Well, either way, you finished 4th. You were really happy with that. You were looking for, I think, in the first practice in the morning when it was wet, you did some decent times in the wet, better than what you'd done on Saturday. So you were quite confident in wet, which you are. You are quite confident in wet.
I'm a very wet rider.
We'll leave that one in. Yeah, so Sunday, you felt confident in wet. You finished 4th. Your lap time was second best in class as well. You were really happy about that. You're actually buzzing for race 3. But unfortunately, and if people can remember this, there was a massive crash in the 148 Mini GP race.
On the grid.
I ain't got the name timed, I forgot what it were, but it were bad.
Yeah.
Worst I've seen at B&B.
Just a big pile.
Fortunately, the rider was okay. I think
broke his femur. I don't know.
Don't say that. I actually forgot what happened, but it were.
I don't know.
Worst I've ever seen at B&B. Frightening. So. Yeah. So anyway, so there were no race 3.
Yeah, because of them.
So overall, you come 6th. You got 22 points. Winner of the race was
Travis Shaw. In second place was Jack Hamilton, and in third place Ollie Pearson.
Ollie Pearson. So they'd only just come back as well. So they'd been off for a long.
For like about a year, were it? Nearly a year.
Well, did not raced the previous year at all. I don't think.
They didn't do any.
So that were amazing. He come second in race 2.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Did absolutely amazing. It was just like old days as well, battling with Ollie and Charlie as well. Charlie were doing really well.
Yeah.
He come off.
On.
And I think he were in 3rd or 4th position. So we're good to see them back because we've not seen them for such a long time.
Yeah.
So nice all in all, apart from the crash, it was a good weekend. Apart from the weather, that was the first episode of bad weather that we'd had that year. So we move on to round 4. Polar opposite weather-wise. Ella Park, boiling.
Yeah.
Absolutely red hot.
Very, very, very hot.
Yeah. So that was a amazing weather. Good track. Love Ella Park.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favourites. That one.
It is a really nice tarmac track.
So looking there.
Yeah. Qualified in second in class.
Which was your best ever?
Was my best ever qualifying.
I'm not 100% if that's your best ever in winter series. You might have got a second. You might have got a
second in winter series. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it was definitely your best ever summer qualifying.
Summer series, yeah.
Which you were buzzing about. I can remember
that. We're really good.
I think you were second only to Valentin. I don't know. Oh yeah, it was second in class.
Second in class. Yeah.
So I think Travis was. I think Valentino were first on his Minimoto. Mini GP. Travis was second. You were third.
Yeah.
So we move on to race 1 on Saturday, which was the highs of qualifying amazing to the unbelievably unfortunate race 1, where as you're buzzing around on the parade lap, somebody slammed the brakes on,
and I went into the back of them, and then got back on the bike. you came running over.
Well, it wasn't me
Or
actually.
You can
It were who was it? Travis's dad, Danny, and Billy Carter's dad, Chase. They sprinted over, got to Hudson before me. I was literally on the grid actually. They were just coming across from the back of the Oldham area. They seen run across, sprinted out, got across there. You were upset because you thought that race were going to start. I just said, just get back on and let's see if we can go around. Bike were all right. Actually, they checked over bike. By the time I got there, I was just like, if you want to go around, let's go around and let's see. So I run back to start at grid, sent Hudson round. Bearing in mind, people were just about formationing up then.
Yeah. Just about
asked Mike, are you going to hold the grid or does he have to go in? He said, well, hold grid. So you come up, got into second position. Third on the grid it were, second in class. Pretty much, I'm like, okay, you ready? Yeah. I went, calm down, be calm, just go for it. Let's see what happens. See if you can finish. And Valentino stalled
in front of me
on pole.
He was like bang in front of me.
Yeah, look, he was in front. Yeah. Travis was second. You were third. So Valentino stalled.
Yeah.
You veered,
and then I think I just like went outside of my handlebars and flopped onto the floor.
Yeah.
And then nearly got hit by like 85 riders.
Well, not 85 riders, but
I'm exaggerating.
We have actually, I've got some footage of that. Well, I'm not going to put that up on there. So yeah, Finlay Hanna missed him. Actually veered.
That much.
He moved out of the way to miss it.
He did a really good job.
So Hudson fell on the floor, got up, and like moved. Frightening. So
like moved and then tucked up into a ball like that.
Yeah, so that were bad. So they red flagged it immediately. Don't know if this was right decision or what. I'm not sure on rules, but literally all the grid had gone back past. Anyway, they did a restart. We were able to joint restart. You were a little bit hurt from that one, but you said, I asked you if you wanted to restart.
And I said, yeah.
You said, yeah. I went, just try and get through it, mate. I know you weren't 100%, I must admit. Upset on what had happened on the warm-up lap, upset on that. He just went out there, peg were loose a little bit.
Yeah, then obviously the vibrations of the bike, he tried to tighten up the peg on the grid because it was loose, and then through the race it twisted round, and because the pegs fold up when it's obviously upside down, when you put your foot on it, it's going to fold down. So I was riding round my foot up. So
yeah. In fact, what else happened?
I think, did I bend my handlebars?
Your forks had twisted.
Yeah, forks were twisted.
Plastics had squeezed in.
Yeah.
And flicked up your choke.
Flicked up my choke. That's what it were.
So
I thought there was
all the way through else. The bike for like nearly. It's a miracle it didn't stall. So all the way through that race, choke were on. The plastics had squeezed in and flicked it up. I never checked that when we had the restart. Anyway, you eked it out. You're upset. You come in. You come sixth. Points. But you did well.
Points.
Well, you did not only points. You did what? It were a miracle that you nursed the bike home to finish sixth.
Yeah.
Really. So you come in. Your leg were hurting. You rested your leg all that evening. Your leg were hurting though, but I think you had it checked. I think you had it checked over.
Yeah, I had it checked over by the medic person in the ambulance.
Yeah, so not an amazing start at the part, especially when you qualified second in class. But hey ho. So we moved on to race 2 on the Sunday. Again, amazing weather. In fact, it was the first time, if I can remember right, that we tried SS tyres.
Yeah.
Because ours were blistering.
Yeah.
So we had to change to SS. I think we changed front first and then we changed both.
Rear. No.
Rear first, then front.
Yeah, rear first, because what we're coming onto the back straight, it were like bouncing, coming out, you know, like the long curve onto.
Oh, it would skip into it, yeah.
Yeah.
So we changed to S's. I think that was for the race actually. So it was the first time we had a rear SS on. Yeah. Anyway, so you finish that race on race 2 on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You finished 6th. If you can remember that one, you had a really wicked battle with Leo,
Billy, and
Harrison.
Harrison Quincy.
Literally, just in a train. Oh, actually, you were at the back of that train. We were fantastic racing.
Yeah.
We talked to Harrison's dad. Obviously, we know Billy and we know Jay. It was just amazing race. Actually, you come off at track, you had a smile on your face. You were buzzing. It didn't really matter about 6th.
Yeah.
You were happy with. It was just a good race.
I weren't really bothered about the result. I just wanted to, because I had a rubbish weekend anyway. I was just like, let's just race, really, and just.
So you enjoyed it. You come off with a smile on your face. Come 6th.
Really good.
Again, temperature was still scorching hot. We went for double SSs on both, back on front and back. Then I think. Looking forward to the 3rd race. Travis got in front. Jack Hamilton. You were chasing down Jack Hamilton. Harvey were chasing down Jack Hamilton.
Yeah.
You were chasing down Harvey, and you ended up coming 4th.
Yeah.
Which I think that's your best result of the season so far. That.
Yeah.
So overall, you come 5th. Race winner overall were
Travis Shaw, and in 2nd place Jack Hamilton, and in 3rd place Harvey Saville.
So yeah, actually ended on a decent note that we race 3.
Yeah.
Come away from weekend quite happy. Despite a disastrous, let's say, Saturday, but these things happen in racing.
Yeah, that's racing for you.
So then we headed out to Clay Pigeon.
Round 5.
Round 5. Qualified.
5th, and.
Yeah, you're really happy with that actually. Good positive qualifying.
Really good.
First time we've been back to Clay since your first season ever actually. So yeah, that were all right. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Qualifying, you were positive. In race 1, it was a really good race. Close between Leo and Harvey. And you were battling for 3rd, in fact. And you ended up finishing that race in 4th on that Saturday.
Yeah.
Which weren't bad. It was a good race.
Yeah, really good.
I think you finished all 3 across the line with 3/4 of a second to each other.
Very close.
Super close. Good battle.
Yeah.
Good clean racing.
Really good.
Happy with that. So move over to Sunday, and Sunday morning it was absolutely bombing it down. Unbelievable rain. Forecast said it were gonna be all day. So it started. I think it stopped raining. After first practice. So we were deciding in between if you're gonna go for wets or dries. Track was drying. Did you see a dry line?
They're the worst conditions that you could possibly get in racing, because you're like gambling for shall I put slicks on, shall I put cut slicks on, or shall I put wets on?
Well, so it would. I'm sure there were definitely. It said it were going to rain. It said it were raining, and when it wasn't on forecast,
Yeah.
I think nearly everybody had slicks on for race. It didn't rain. In fact, I think Harvey Saville had intermediates on.
Yeah.
Cut slicks.
Yeah.
Which if we'd had cut slicks, that were weekend that you kind of needed them, I think, because you didn't really know what were happening. Everybody were in the dilemma of what to put on, what not to put on. Anyway, so in race 2, you finished 5th. A good battle with Harvey. I think you crossed the line. Yeah, you finished in 5th.
Yeah.
And there were a few tenths of a second, so you were literally bang behind Harvey on that one. So we move over to race 3, which again, weather were. I don't think it rained in between, but people were expecting this weather.
I think it said it on the forecast.
It said it on the forecast. It was due to come literally in your race, which it were definitely gonna
bang on.
It would bang on your race. So when we were in Oldham area,
it just started to spit.
It just started to spit.
And then I'm like, oh, is it gonna
so
rain?
And I think everybody has slicks on.
Yeah, except from.
No, I think everybody has slicks on.
I thought Travis had him on.
No, Travis didn't have slicks on. Not that I remember. I don't think it will have, because it come off, didn't it?
Yeah, we did.
So everybody were worrying if it were going to come down worse, which it didn't.
Yeah.
Till about lap 8.
Yeah, and then it started
raining bad.
Heavily.
So Hudson were like battling with Bill. I think you were there with Billy.
Yeah.
Harvey.
I think I overtook Billy, didn't I?
Yeah, I think. Well, Harvey was in front of you. Harvey come off round about lap 8. Harvey come off in the wet conditions. It started to get progressively worse. So he seen Harvey come off, bang in front of him.
In front of me.
You and Billy obviously seen that happen. Mm-hmm. I think you decided to slow down a little bit. If I can remember looking at your lap times.
After that, and then me and Billy were just like, whoa.
Yeah, you were a bit
calm down.
Mental. I'm sure I can remember like. I were at the middle of the track. I'm sure like Dicko or Trick like said you had a big gap.
Yeah.
For next rider in class behind you. I don't know who it were.
Yeah.
So yeah, that finished. So Harvey come off.
Yeah.
And then a lap later, Travis come off. Bad crash.
Start finish straight. Super fast. I seen his bike doing somersaults. Fortunately, he weren't heavily injured. I don't think he raced on his oval on second race. Yeah.
Or his third race.
I don't know.
It were a bad crash, that one.
Yeah.
One of the worst I've seen it now. Is it? He come away from it fine, walked away from it, I think. But it were bad, and they red flagged the race. Then they like rewound. They went back 2 laps. So because Harvey had come off and because Travis had come off, you'd come second in class there. Which
really good.
Obviously we didn't really celebrate that because
it was
bad what happened with Travis on Harvey, but it was your first podium finish, let's say.
Yeah, we
season.
did celebrate it.
Which were good.
Yeah.
A second place. So overall,
point wise.
44 points.
Yeah. Fourth. Yeah, overall fourth, 44 points. Triple 4.
Yeah, so we forgot to include something there. So
what have we? What?
At Ella Park.
Clutch.
Yeah, after Rora Ella Park, you went for a clutched engine.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
After we had to change the engine, so you were kind of getting used to having clutch again, and it felt like at Clay that things were going kind of right there with clutched engine. You were getting used to that new gear selector, clutched engine. Yeah, we forgot to include that bit after we talked about the engine chewing through 74 gallons of
we got too sucked
oil.
into that.
So after that one, we went to Pembrey, which was round 6. You qualified in 3rd.
Yeah.
Biggest track you've ever been to.
Very big. Very, very big.
Very big, very fast. Really happy with 3rd. And 3rd, the track was that big that 3rd were on front row because there were 3 riders.
There were like 3, like full on race. You know, like what they do in MotoGP, where it has like
1, 2, 3, yeah.
1, 2,
so it was pretty cool. Really nice track. Not very good for us watching.
Yeah.
It felt like forever.
When you came round.
When you were travelling.
Very
travelling
big,
round track. I don't think it was that long. It says on there there's a 1 minute 19 lap.
Yeah,
it's not that long.
No, I think it's because it was like mostly straight. I think the length of the track.
We're just fast.
I seen this in the pits. I think it said like 1.5 mile. It was something over
just
a
fast.
mile.
It weren't actually that long in time, 1 minute 19. But yeah, that's the lap were 1 minute 19.
Yeah, the reason why it's 1 minute 19 is because
so fast.
It's so fast.
So yeah, you qualified in 3rd.
Straights.
Qualified in 3rd. In race 1, you had a really good race. You were tagging along with Jack and Travis the whole race. You managed to get a 1 minute 19, which I think only you, Jack and Travis had got into 1 minute 19s. But on the last lap, on the last chicane, Leo come flying by and
slipstream me.
That's
what he did. So on there's loads of straights, but on one of the straights at the very back end of the course, there's a straight and then there's a flip flop, and on that straight he slipstreamed me, and then coming into the really fast flip flop, he got me. Just I think it
was a good move, outside. To be fair.
It were a really clean move.
Proper muggy off.
I were quite mad, but it were a good move. Yeah, really clean move.
So Hudson come fourth then. You were disappointed when you come off. Yeah. You're like, how did he come past you? But he literally slipstreamed you big time. So it weren't disappointing, but it were a good move. I think that was Leo's first ever third as well.
It were, I think.
So he were happy with that, which we were happy for him. Although I knew that you were like a bit bubbling inside, but hey ho. So in race two, you come fourth.
Yeah.
Early morning warm up, you got a 1:19. You're quite happy with that again. It were red hot there, if you can remember. There were loads of them ants as well, if you can remember.
Oh, was that at that track? No, that was at.
No, that were another track.
Yeah, that were at Ella Park. Trick left his drink out, didn't he? And a sword of ants were eating at it, and in the morning there were like an ant march through the academy tents.
Oh, I can remember that were at Ella Park, yeah.
He left out his cup and it was just infested with ants.
So yeah, in race 2 Pembrey, in the new grid formation, you did a faster lap than Leo, so you were still on the front row in P3. Leo got a good start in first corner, and the whole race you were fighting with bike. You remember we're doing a bit of speed wobble. No idea what happened with that.
Didn't we figure out it was the tyre pressures?
It was tyre pressures with heat.
And the tyre.
It was that bad that you were fighting with bike that much that you were doing 1:21s for the last 2 laps. So you knew something weren't right. You finished fourth, but bike was super bad. Like speed wobble, we'll call it buckaroo. So race 3, we were messing about with bike. We dropped tyre pressures a little bit. I think it helped it a little bit throughout race 3.
Still wobbling, but it
did some changes.
Yeah.
You started in P4. Jack Hamilton had a bad start, came up. You got pushed into 1:19s again, so you knew that bike felt better, and you come 5th. So overall, you come 5th. With 37 points. Winner were Jack Hamilton.
Yep. Second place Travis Shaw, and
third place were Leo, which I don't know if that were Leo's first. Leo had won he won overall.
Yeah.
So either way, Leo were happy with that.
Yeah.
We were happy for Leo as well.
Yeah, we were.
So moving on to Wilton.
Stop moving on that chair.
All right, boss man. Moving on to Wilton Mill.
Wilton Mill, one of my favourite tracks, let me just say that. So, qualified pole, so pretty good.
Yeah, that was your first ever
pole qualifying.
First ever pole position, so, which you were buzzing about. It was good coming up to first. It
felt good, like pulling up on grid and like just like having no one in front of you, so you can just have like a really good start.
Yeah, so you said it felt so good rolling up to pole position. This is one that you did a wheelie on.
Yeah, you were.
I'll put that video up now. So you did a wheelie online.
Yeah.
Somebody recorded it from up.
Mike get it.
Yeah, I think Mike was recording it from control from Tower Bit. Yeah, we've got that video. Good wheelie.
Yeah.
And you ended up finishing that race in second. You managed to. I think you were lights for doing another sighting lap. Blah blah blah. Managed to get down to lost out to Leo. Got past Leo, and was leading the race. Oh right, that were it. You were leading race for a little while.
Yeah, and then.
And Travis and Jack got behind you.
Yeah.
Until penultimate lap, and Jack picked past you.
Yeah.
So you led nearly all the race on that one.
Yeah.
And Jack took you on the lap before the final lap, but you're happy with second.
Yeah.
0.6 of a second between you and Jack.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Jack mugged you off a little bit, but yeah, he come up and overtook you like 2 laps left. But fair play to Jack, and it was difficult to.
Where did Jack start on the grid?
I'm not sure.
Started second.
So you're happy with that though? Like proper second place finish, good race, led the race. First time you've ever led race, ever that.
Yeah.
So you're quite happy with that. Race
really
2,
good.
you finished 3rd. Flying start from the grid again. This is where you started to nail starts with clutch, I think.
Yeah.
You're like flying off, leading race.
Boosh.
So you got a flying start, held onto grid straight. Oh, Jack took you pretty much straight away. And then Travis overtook you then for 3rd on penultimate lap.
Yeah.
So this is an ongoing trend, that both of these races, they took you on nearly last lap.
It seems like a thing they like to do.
You thought you were going to win your first race, 2 laps to go, and you come second. But you come 3rd in that one, where Travis who overtook you on second to last lap. Again though, like you come out, it was a good race, not a bad move, nothing wrong with it.
Really good.
Nothing wrong with it all
racing.
really. So yeah, you were really happy with that. Moving on to race 3, another flying start.
Yep.
Into first, held off Jack until lap 5.
Then,
and then was gained on by Travis. Travis overtook you to take on the last lap. So you had to take second.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right. That.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. So Travis got second. Jack got first. I got 3rd.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Travis. So yes, basically the same happened again. Travis took you on last lap that time to take away second place from you, but you come 3rd overall that.
Yeah.
And that was your first. I think that was your first podium finish. Yeah. Well, overall finish.
Yeah. Wait,
so you come. Yeah, first
no, last year I got a.
Well, no, I mean this season.
Oh yeah.
So overall, you come 3rd. Best ever racing performance, which is that's what I put in the notes, which it were because you come 2nd, 3rd, and 3rd. Which statistic wise, that were your best ever performance.
In the actual main.
You're happy with that? First trophy season.
Not overall.
3 podium finishes. Positive vibes. Come away from that buzzing. Really buzzing. Obviously,
Jack
you know that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that you like that track. So yeah. So in that race,
well,
overall,
Jack Hamilton first, Travis Shaw second, and me 3rd.
So yeah, we come away from there buzzing. Really buzzing, massively positive.
Really good.
Happy, pole position, led race, all experience. Got mugged off a couple of times, final lap.
Yeah.
Or lap before final lap, but it
racing,
happens.
Pete.
It happens.
That's racing.
So then we moved over to Three Sisters, which I think that the story of what happened at Wilton Mill, I think it kind of blends into what happens at Three Sisters. I think that leading race kind of made that happen. So yeah, we're moving on to Three Sisters.
Yeah, so
you qualified
pole as usual. Well,
as usual.
No, not as usual. Not as usual. Not as usual. Like as you know what I mean, like as Wilton Mill. Yeah, so qualified pole.
So in race 1, you had a brilliant start.
Yep.
You've been practicing them loads.
Yeah, I have. I think we went to a track day with the academy, and every time I went out in the pits, I did start. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were practicing all the time. So on that one, you had a brilliant start. Sat behind Valentino.
Yeah.
As long as I could come first in class. And you got the
JSM 90 lap record.
Yeah, you got JSM 90 record there. So I think you come second overall, but first in class, and Valentino were in front of you.
Yeah.
I think Valentino mini GP, but I got into 106s. But 107.10 were amazing. I could not believe that. Amazing lap time. So that were your first ever
full
win in class.
Full win, yeah, in class.
If you can remember that, obviously everyone were cheering up on.
Yeah, that were a really good weekend.
It was a pretty epic weekend that.
Except from getting stung on the eye by a wasp.
Oh yeah, rewind a little bit on the Friday. You got stung by a wasp that were hiding in tyres.
Yeah, so.
Well, multiple people got stung.
Yeah, I think Daniel got stung and Lewis Mullen got stung as well.
Daniel Stevenson, Lewis Mullen, and you.
Yeah,
you got stung in the eye.
Yes.
So I saw a picture of him with his eye. It's really puffed up.
Yeah, I could barely see out that eye.
So yeah, that were anyway. So that were first win. I was absolutely overwhelmed on like the support of everybody cheering on pit wall and everything. You kind of couldn't believe it. I don't know how it felt from your point of view. I felt like I had to sit on tyres. I was nearly crying. I'm not afraid to admit it. I sat on tyres, lifted him up. Dicko come in, picked you up.
Yeah.
It felt like this year for the work that we've put in as well, and last year as well.
Yeah.
That we're all kind of. I don't think some people understand. Like, wow, like it's.
If you look at the good thing about it is you can like look at the progress you've made and look where you've started and look where you've got to, and then you look how much you've come on, and it's loads if you think about it.
Well, if you'd have asked me if you'd have ever won a race, way back at the beginning, I feel like it were a long, long way away.
Yeah.
But things started to improve.
And then
second year, obviously, things started to improve massively. Third year, amazing. So yeah, so going back to like we're in an absolutely epic moment. We've got a bit of footage there that we can show you. Moving over to it says here, coming over the top of I could see what seemed like everybody on the pit wall and the pit fence cheering you over the line for your first ever SM90 win.
They were.
When you rolled into the paddock, there was cheering and applause. It was unbelievable. It felt so good. It were a pretty epic moment. That we got a couple of, like I say, some videos that were amazing. So you were buzzing on that. Going into race 2 on Saturday. You got into race 2.
Yeah.
You shot off in front. Amazing start again.
Again.
Led race. I think I don't think Valentino just had a bad start.
Yeah, I think that. Or did he not? Wait, what happened?
Valentino missed the parade lap and had to start at the back.
Yeah, he did. No,
so,
from pit.
So basically, excusing that, Alexa.
What you said, Alexa. You need to be
so Valentino missed the parade lap, so he had to start from pits. Anyway, by the by, you led the race.
Yeah.
Totally uneventful. He just led race from front. Off you went, and come across.
Really good.
I think that was your first ever, like, let's say, coming first proper, where the guy took the checker flag, which is a nice moment.
Yeah, that it did feel good, like when you're coming up and it's not already waving, like, and not that many people have had that good feeling that you come across that line. And he's not waving the flag, he's like that, and then as soon as you go across, he's like that.
So that's actually on the. I've put that on there. I've got the last lap, and he that's on the.
They
TV
follow
footage.
me the whole lap.
Yeah,
last lap,
it's pretty big that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll put that. Good. We'll put a bit of that footage up there. So that were amazing. So another win.
Yeah.
So you wait for a bus, and then 2 come at once.
Yeah.
Well, as we're going into race 3.
3 come at once.
3 come at once. So we knew some rain was due. If you remember this one, I'll talk through this one a little bit.
Yeah, go on.
So rain were meant to come. It rained for Oval 160 race.
Yeah, it did.
Rain stopped. You were racing at 2 o'clock. Said that rain were going to be due at 2 o'clock. Somebody phoned us up who somebody knew who were close to the track saying it were raining. About a mile away.
About a mile away, and they said the clouds.
So quickly, and I mean quickly, I put a front wet on.
That front wet benefited so much.
So, as much as Hudson weren't very happy about it, I made the call, and we put it on. Hudson didn't want to put it on, and actually, if you can remember when you went round the parade lap, you went. It feels shocking because track were dry.
It were dry, and
the track were dry. But I was like, rain's going to come, and I went, if you've got to deal with it like that, deal with it how you can. But as I turned around and I looked, I went, look, and you could see like grey clouds coming.
Yeah. And
I went, it's going to rain. It's going to rain during this race. So, anyway, you started race. Flying start. I think you got into the lead.
Yeah, I got
You was fighting with bike, though.
Yeah.
Because it front was wet on.
Yeah.
When it was dry.
The front, when you were coming in, it was just like sliding. And then...
After 4 laps, that's when it rained. So, after 4 laps, rain come.
It started raining.
Everybody's pace just like massively dropped off. Hudson could kind of keep a decent pace.
Yeah. So at the first half of the race, my front end were feeling horrible. Then when it started to rain, I'm like, yes, it's raining. My front end won't be. Like,
so you said actually
and then I realised in my head, oh, I've got a slick on my back as well. So then when it started raining, my back end started sliding.
Yeah, so you said like the front felt good and the back felt bad then. Yeah. But you'd gone from the back feeling good. It
flipped around, so you had to flip all your rides.
But anyway, ultimately, we're best decision. I'll be right. So yeah, that were good. And really, like, pretty much a perfect weekend, that. 3 wins, pole position, lap record. I don't think you can get any better than that.
You can't.
On a weekend.
First, triple first.
Yeah, like clean that in my eyes, I call that is a clean sweep. That, especially with lap record, pole position, lap record, 3 wins. Anyway, so I'll say this one. So the winner overall was Hudson Cooper, and in second place, Harvey Saville, and in third place, Leo.
Salutes.
Wicked weekend that, especially with one eye.
Yeah, with one eye.
With wasp sting.
And can you remember it was National Pirate Day as well?
Yeah.
It were, weren't it? National Pirate
So we'll move over to round 9, which were at Lydd.
Yeah, so round 9 qualified second, and like race 1 started really well. Started on P1.
Another pole position,
Another pole position.
Jack Hamilton was on your back wheel. Oh yeah, I remember this one. So Jack Hamilton were chasing you down. He overtook you on lap 6. Yeah, there were another race where we were having a bit of speed bubble problems.
Yeah, it were.
At Lydd. So you led race, and then Jack Hamilton nipped you for second place, and nipped you into second. I think this happened every race.
Yeah.
So going into race 2, we shot into the lead again.
Yeah, it did. I can remember it happened on.
Couldn't get away from Jack. You set the Jason. Oh yeah, and you got the and you got the lap record.
Yeah.
At Lydd. That were another race, if you can remember on that one. So round about like lap 6, 7. Andelin went.
I think it were.
So first half of race, bike was settled. Lap times were the same. Second half of race, bike were just horrendous for pretty much last half of each race, or last quarter, let's say. But yeah, Jack under you down again. You come second in race 2. Race 3 started on pole because you got that record. That's overall JSM 90 record, that, which I'll put up on screen. I think it's. I've looked all the way back through stats, and I'm sure, I don't know how many times I've been to Lydd, but yeah, 47.18. So that's the best ever 90 JSM 90 time round there.
Well, this year, next year.
You'll probably get broke again next year. Every year, pretty much records have gone.
Unless it's raining.
Well, this year, a lot of records have gone.
Yeah, nearly all of them. Nearly, I think.
Yeah. So, in fact, I've got that other stat somewhere. I can pull that up before we finish.
Yeah, you could.
On how many tracks have fingers. So anyway, moving forward to race 3. Started on pole. Shot off, had a decent gap from Jack. He hunted me down on lap 4. You chased him all the way around rest of the race.
Yeah.
Jack, I can remember this on the live feed. So Jack were faster on first part of the lap, and you were faster on second part of the lap. You crossed the line at second place. So and you come second overall on that one.
Yeah.
60 points. So in first place, Jack Hamilton. Second place, you. In third place, Travis Shaw. Also, we're forgetting about this one. So this was the first time that you ever did your oval bike.
Oh yeah, it will, won't it?
So these were a massive positive of that weekend. So skipped over that a little bit, but yeah. So first time you practiced in your oval, they did the grid walk. You qualified P10.
Very cool.
That was like your objective, if you can remember. You wanted to come P10.
Yeah, I wanted to come inside the top 10. Yeah.
So you're really excited. Amazing to be on the grid. It was like MotoGP style.
It were.
I'll show you the footage there where the interview on grid. It were absolutely awesome, I must admit. So they were testing that for the first time in the 110. In the 110.
I think they might be doing that all next year. We don't know. But
so anyway, you finished that race and you qualified in P10 and you finished in P10.
Yeah.
blown away again. Massive support. Everybody were really, really like blown away looking at Hudson. Just for the first time on a GP bike, really. A couple of people had seen you testing on a mini GP bike. Like the support from everybody on that Saturday were really good. It was good going into Port Fermé where they're checking out bikes over and everything like that. It was really good. Like tremendous support from everybody. So thanks to everybody. Like that was the beginning of the weekend as well. So going into race 2 on the 110, you started in P9
because I just nipped
the lap
times.
So you started in P9 from P10 on race 1.
Yeah.
Really good. Started well, jumped in front of Daniel Stevenson.
Yeah.
And this time tagged along with Jack Oakley and Monte Hillier and Travis Shaw. Stayed with them over the in fact I can remember this one. They were a train of like 4 of you.
Yeah, they were.
So you finished. You were at the back of that train, yeah. But they're like 4 of you up until P5. You finished in P8, but unbelievably chasing them down. You got a lap time that put you on P5.
So I skipped all of them.
Yeah, you got a better lap time than them, so it put you in P5 for race 3, which that were mind blowing because a lot of people had seen that as we were watching that live timing that you'd got that. People told me that about that live timing, like they said, "Oh, he's done a faster lap. He's done a faster lap," and then it obviously ended up race. Like, wow, no way. So like, really, really buzzing for that. I'm like, wow, like P5 in race, your first ever oval race weekend.
That were really good.
So you started in P5. Montelia jumped in front of you from the start. You had a great race with Jack Oakley. Oh, I can remember. And this one, Jack Oakley was behind you for the full race. He were on your back tyre.
Weren't he?
All the way around.
I can remember.
You went.
Did
in
he
fact,
get a faster lap time?
No. So this is race 3, so it didn't matter. But on the last lap, you and Jack crossed the line with identical lap times. Wow. 44.99. Identical lap times. So you finished race 3 in P6. So over the 3 races, you gain enough points to finish in P6. Oh, sorry. No, that's wrong. So you finished overall in 7th.
7th, yeah.
Not bad. Not a bad first run out on 110. That were it, and we were buzzing. No. And in fact, if you can remember that it was wet on that race 3, and we weren't going to race it because you never even drove Oval Road and Oval in wet.
Yeah, I can remember.
And then it dried up, and I'd already said, "Oh, we're not racing it, forget it." And then Dicko said, or Trick said, "It's wet, it's drying up." And then we looked at lap times. Nathan and loads of other people come off actually.
They were just like
in between the hour before you racing, so we weren't even going to race that race 3. So yeah, that were an absolutely buzzing. And then again, everybody, so much support. Like everybody must have like said congratulations to you that weekend. It was just absolutely amazing. So this is the 110 results for that race. So in that race, Wilson Dilks come first.
Luca Wilkinson
come second.
And
Thorley Trevorrow come third. Good race in there. Kind of like the title contenders there as well. So that were a good race. So fast forward into final round, Wilton Mill, which we've recapped pretty much already in the previous episode. So I'll just gloss over this one quickly. You qualified in second. Damp again. P2 on the grid. You come off lap 8 when the back end went in qualifying, but you'd already got in a lap time. Race 2, you finished second. Like I said, we've already covered this one in the previous podcast. This is like the race report. So you come second in race 2. In race 1. In race 2, you come second. You start in P6 and you work your way up to P2 in difficult conditions. It was terrible weather this weekend, if you can remember. And in race 3, you won, and you started on pole and you won. And that actually got you. I ain't got that there. So you come first overall on that one there at Wilton Mill. Yeah. You got a second, and a first. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So that was Wilton Mill. Like I said, we've kind of covered that one in the last episode. But it's pretty much the same notes what we had there. Wicked weekend, that one.
Really good.
Listen to previous episode 5.
Listen to the
and you'll hear all about the escapades on what happened at Wilton Mill.
More detail.
Yeah, so that was fantastic. So, overall, and we'll wrap it up there, really.
Yeah.
Wicked season, lots of changes.
Really, 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 really good.
I don't think if we'd have got to where we are now, or would you have got to where you are now, if we'd have not had them changes at the beginning of the season? What are you?
I don't think I would have got to where I am now because of like on the starts with the clutch and faster gear changes with the.
I'd agree with that.
Or the gear selector, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And you can kind of see. I might put up a graphic now where you can kind of see like progressively wise.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hudson, and I've said this to a few people, probably Hudson would have come in at a better level at the beginning of the season with them results. But the level of racing this year were a lot better
than last year.
So you you can't really gauge on what you were doing last year. Would you have had better results for them first 3 or 4 rounds this year with a Rocket Gear Selector? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
But the level of racing went so high that you would not have had these results towards the end of the year because
the results would have gone down.
Yeah, you'd have struggled to. You would not have won like the races. You wouldn't have done what you did at Three Sisters. You wouldn't have done. You wouldn't have done what you did at Wilton Mill. So overall, you got 6 pole positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to double check that stat. I'm still not 100% on that. You got 6 pole positions
over the season. 6, yeah.
4 wins.
Yep.
13.
Yep, 13 podiums and 7.
13 podium finishes.
Meaning
you're coming in top 3.
Yeah. Okay. And 7 second places and 2 third places.
Yeah. So 13 podium finishes. 4 wins. 7 second place finishes and 2 third place finishes. So that's not a bad all that.
Yeah.
Considering last year.
Better than last year. That's
last year you come 3rd.
Yeah.
You got 1 podium finish.
Which was 3rd.
With Daniel Stevenson for Wilton Mill. That was your only podium finish.
Yeah, it were. Daniel didn't have a good weekend that weekend.
No, I think you just nipped.
Yeah, I might have just nipped him.
He come 3rd. You come 4th in race 1. He come 3rd in race 2. Anyway, that's by the by. So last year you got 1 podium finish. 1 third place finish overall.
Yeah.
And this year you got 13 podium finishes. But there were another thing as well. There were a lot more racing this year.
Yeah,
last year there were 2 races. This year there were 3 races. So yeah, not a bad season, mate. Fast forwarding a little bit, we'll go to trophy presentation. We're going to put that in next episode now because we've been blabbering on for nearly an hour now on this one. So we'll do the trophy presentation and the winners. I'm not going to. We'll save that one for next one.
Yeah, we'll save that at trophy presentation.
So we've got all the winners on all the classes. We're going to cover all them in next episode.
And
yeah. Oh yeah. Do you want to get your trophy down? So I get it.
Yeah, you can get up and get it if you want.
Oh, I'll leave it.
You sure?
Too far away. So yeah.
Come
on. Please like and subscribe. If anybody wants to come on to the podcast,
you can come on and just.
We're looking for interviews. We're kind of going to continue doing this, like the race reports. What I've done there, I kind of write them out anyway. So you can find them over on the website on hkc217.co.uk. If you'd like to subscribe to Huston's Patreon, it's patreon.com/hkc217. There'll be the link in the show notes underneath to get onto any of his socials. If you want to give him a like, a follow, you'll be able to listen to this on iTunes, Spotify. Links are, in fact, I've got a link to put in where you can listen to it. You can also watch it on YouTube, which is what you're watching now, if you're watching it now. If you're not, head over to YouTube because there'll be a bit of race footage. If you listen to this, you can head over to YouTube and watch it because you can watch a little bit of race footage, which is pretty cool. I think it worked well on that last episode, and we're probably going to do this like every race.
Yeah.
This is just a season recap, but I write them notes out every round.
Are we going to do it for Winter Series?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. There'll be no race footage to look at from there, apart from wobbly cams outside the track. But yeah, overall, the wicked season topped off by what we're going to touch on in the next episode, which is all the winners. Trophy presentation down in Peterborough, which were awesome. Really obviously collecting your third place trophy there, so you come third in season, third overall. I think you come fourth last year.
Yeah, fourth last year, third this year.
Fourth in Winter Series, fourth in Summer Series, and then one up that into third. Wicked, congratulations to winners. I'll put a graphic up of them now. So winner, which it went down to the last race really. So winner was Jack Hamilton. Second place was Travis Shaw, and third place was
me,
Mr. Mo, as I call him. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe. Please share it on your pages if you can. Anybody wants to come on, you can set up a call to come on, have a little chat, talk about your season, or to ask some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy with that?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
So on that note,
bye.
See you on next one.